My name is Chris McPhee, and I help people get more of what they want from their business. And I do that by helping them implement a complete and proven system using simple, practical tools to achieve three things we call vision, traction, and healthy. And I'm here today with Kristan Strate, President and CEO of Synergy HR. So, Kristan, question number one is give me your 30-second elevator pitch. What do you do for your customers? What value do you bring? And what problems do you solve?
Thanks for inviting me to this conversation, Chris. I really appreciate it. So my 30-second elevator pitch is usually, in the middle of a cocktail party. So I had to put some thought into it. Succinctly, I would say we help businesses create great workplaces. We do this by operationalizing our clients' core company values. So we're elevating leadership competency and driving accountability and engagement through a managed HR services model that operationalizes company values. We take care of everything to do with people in our clients' businesses, from the very transactional, the HR admin, payroll, full cycle recruitment, onboarding, performance management, to the very strategic, where we do purpose, vision, and values development in alignment with the EOS system, HR strategy development, strategic planning, and we're basically a go-to fractional or outsourced HR team.
Excellent. And so is there a typical trigger event that causes a potential client or customer to start working with you?
Unfortunately, most of the time it's, some sort of crisis in the business or an incident. So a claim of bullying and harassment, a tricky termination, or someone that needs to go on some crazy leave, or a performance issue that hasn't been resolved. Those are the typical HR trigger points. So new clients come to us because they need succession planning because someone is retiring. So that's one of the more strategic trigger points that we get. Or we get companies that come to us and go, hey, do you guys also do strategic planning? Recruitment is also a big trigger for engagement for us. So in this case, it would be a business trying to recruit a special skill and failing over and over again, or not finding the right fit between the new candidates in the position or the organization. These may be one-off recruitment opportunities, but for us, more often, these engagements turn into deeper service model, which includes the HR support model. Our best clients, though, are those small businesses that just want to put their best foot forward. They are usually 10 to 20 employees and want to be proactive about building a great culture. So they think about policies and processes and providing structure for the employees and answering questions. Recently, another big trigger has been when someone like you calls me up and says, hey, I got a client that needs help with some people initiatives. So a lot of our scaling up in EOS strategic partners are starting to call on us more and more to help out with some of the HR issues that their clients are dealing with.
Perfect. Question three is what would make you unique? So why would a client want to consider working with you versus other alternatives they might have?
Yeah, good question. So we're definitely not your traditional HR factory. So there's two main philosophies or practices that differentiate us. And I like to think that someday all HR folk will think and feel and operate this way. But first, we believe the most important relationship is the one between the leader and the employee. We believe that HR doesn't need to get involved in that relationship or come between those two people unless the situation is getting tricky. So we work with leaders to build trusting relationships with their employees. Leaders are the true face of great HR. All of our tools, systems, processes, and policies are built to ensure that leaders can excel at building an engagement and accountability. So our whole model, all of our models are around working with leaders to elevate their competency so they can create really great engaging relationships with their employees. Then they don't need us as much. The second thing that differentiates us is we deliver what I would call values-based HR, which means that everything we do is about operationalizing the client's stated values. This takes deep engagement and understanding. And yes, like all of the other HR practices we offer, we have products for sale, like employee handbooks and HR strategy and one-off policies. But we also have a service delivery stream where we work on building a deep understanding of our client's business so that we can optimize their people practices and help them build what we call intentional culture through their values. What we do today in our client spaces has huge lasting impact on the culture that evolves over time. So we work very hard to build programs, policies, and tools that help build the culture that the client wants to build by operationalizing their values. And our clients love us because we engage deeply, have strong business acumen. We understand where all the cash comes from and drive results by basically taking the visionaries' values and putting them in transactional day-to-day programs and helping execute that way.
Great. So you've already started talking about this a little bit, but what was a typical project or engagement look like with you when you start working with a new client?
This is a great question because this is where I could probably use the help of an EOS implementer like yourself. It's tricky because we have many different ways of engaging, and that in itself creates some confusion inside my own business, but it really depends on the client's needs. So we're very client focused. So, of course, we offer products. So, some stuff you can just buy. So, customized employee handbooks, single policies, compensation data. We can also engage in one off projects. Like recently, did a CEO compensation review, and it was quite comprehensive. We went to the CDAR reports, and we were able to drive some really great learning and really great analysis through that project. But that was a start here and end here and for a fixed cost. But most of our clients like to entertain a deeper service delivery model. So for small businesses, I would say 0 to 20 employees with smaller budgets, we have a great product that helps lay a basic HR foundation. This product includes all of the tools, policies, programs that a small organization needs to put their right foot forward. And it comes with a monthly support for the first year. So small businesses really like that because they can budget 12 months out. And then when things get hairy, they've got someone they can turn to that understands their business, that understands the tools that they've got to work with and is able to help them navigate tricky situations. For larger businesses, this would be 20 plus employees. We develop custom retainers, which include a more robust level of monthly support and the execution of key critical projects. We call this our HR culture builder because it's a proactive, forward thinking engagement focused on building great HR practices that drive intentional culture. The final solution is this new one on the market. We've gotten a few clients over the last year who have Googled fractional HR, and I'm sure you've heard that word fractional quite a bit in the last year. This is a sort of a trending thing. This solution is for businesses that might already have an existing HR team that need leadership and strategic support on the HR side. This is about putting a senior HR person in place at the C-suite level in the client space. They work to coach and develop the HR team, ensure execution of critical projects at a very, very high standard. This is sort of next level HR support without the big price tag of hiring someone in-house. A director or VP level HR person is probably well over $200,000 now, and we can provide these fractional solutions for much cheaper.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And my last question is what's next for you and the company?
Well, we're up for 2 awards this fall. We're pretty excited about it. The first one is the Canadian HR Award for Most Innovative Use of HR Technology for 2022. So we use a data analytics platform called Whole Metrics. It was developed out of Red Deer, Alberta, actually. And it's very popular down in the US, not so popular in Canada yet. And so we're pioneering that in a lot of our client spaces. Second award that we're up for this fall through CPHR Alberta is the 2022 Excellence Award for Strategic Innovator. This award that we've been nominated for is really about how we've managed to create almost and the engineers will love this, a formulatic approach to operationalizing values through understanding a company's purpose, their vision, and their value stream. We're able to develop competencies that, and those are behavior skills and attributes that we then use to drive all of our HR programming. I suspect, Chris, that we'll continue to grow. It's been a focus in the past. It's not a focus right now. Our primary focus is on creating great workplaces for our clients and finding new and innovative ways of doing this in each of our client spaces. It's what keeps us excited about coming to work on Monday mornings. We'd like to continue in the next few years incorporating technology in the delivery of our services. It's a scary concept for Canadian business owners, but it's the way of the future. And right now, the US, like I said before, is about 5 years ahead of us when it comes to using data analytics and systems to drive great HR practices. So we'd really like to be on the forefront of that evolution in Canada. That's what's in our future.
Excellent. That's very exciting. And congratulations on the nominations for the awards. We'll stay
Thanks.
tuned. Bonus question, because I know you're somewhat familiar with EOS and traction. Just curious to know what resonates with you about EOS.
Sure. I read EOS, the book Traction, that promotes the EOS model of business development. And I was also given a second book when I started implementing EOS, and it was called The E-Myth. And it really talked about creating systems and rhythms inside your business. So for me, it was about taking all of the cool stuff that we do, like the HR audits, our recruitment process, and creating really well broken down systems and process flows around each of those parts of my business. What that has enabled me to do is it's enabled me as the CEO and president to sort of step away a little bit from the day to day interaction and allow my team to learn and grow inside of the systems that I've built. And that's been a big win for us. It's hard to take one person's HR vision and have it executed by a whole team of other HR professionals, which is what we're trying to do. My clients are buying my vision, and I really want the people that work for me to be able to buy into it and to be able to execute it. So, what I took away from EOS is put it down on paper, create systems and processes so that you have it all documented, so that if or when you are taken away from the business at some point, that the business still has viable infrastructure that your people can lean on for support, and your vision will be executed in perpetuity. Then I love that.
I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you.